Hello, are you preparing for IELTS speaking and you are not sure that how your speaking will be assessed? So here I am Muhammad Ghaznavi. I am going to guide you step by step about the marking criteria of your IELTS speaking. So pick up the pencil and write down those 4 points. The first point is your fluency and coherence. Number one. Number second point is your lexical resources and accuracy. Number third point is your grammatical range and accuracy. And number fourth is pronunciation. So let's have a look on each point one by one. Number one is fluency and coherence. This criteria refers to how smoothly and effectively you can express your ideas without too much pauses and hesitation. If you are a candidate who are preparing for IELTS speaking, you must speak at length without too much of pauses, hesitation, or without unclear ideas. Then you are supposed to be a fluent person. As a reference example, you have not to use certain things in fluency and coherence. Number one, avoid long pauses. Number two, avoid so much fillers such and ahs, avoid them. Number third, avoid repetition, right? The fourth is to use of linking words such as however, although, even though, despite. On the other hand, these are the helping words or the linking words that can help you to remain fluent and you can express your idea logically and without pauses and hesitation. So I'll show you two examples. So I'm going to guide you about two reference example on fluent versus non-fluent speech. So first example is of fluent speech. Well, I love reading books, especially novels, because they transport me to different worlds. Recently, for example, I read a mystery novel that kept me engaged throughout. On the other hand, I also love to read non-comic books because they provide me real life knowledge. So this is an example of your fluent speech. Number one. Now, second example of non-fluent speech is I love to read books and specifically novels because they are quite interesting and I love to read them. So you can see this is an example of worse non-fluent speech. And this second example of non-fluent speech will be, well, I love to read books and especially novels because they are quite interesting. So you can see the last two examples can be the example of non-fluent speech. So to recapitulate this part in fluency and coherence, you have two things: logical ideas connection with the help of linking words, and the second thing is to avoid the long pauses and hesitation. Now, second part is the lexical resources and accuracy. So, what examiner is looking for in your IELTS speaking when it's come to lexical resources? First of all, again, there should be range of vocabulary. You should have different words that should be used, phrases, as well as idiomatic speech. The examiner will assess your ability to use the vocabulary range appropriately. For example, rather than using word good, you can use the replacement of that word. For example, fantastic, amazing, brilliant, for example. As an example, I'm gonna give you two statements. One is of high band vocabulary and second is of low band vocabulary. Let's start with high band vocabulary. For example, I believe that living a healthy lifestyle is essential. Engaging in regular physical activity, maintaining a healthy lifestyle, and getting adequate rest. Now, this first example, you can see that the candidate has used a variety of normal range of vocabulary rather than using the low band vocabulary that I will use over here right now. Now, we have low band vocabulary answer. Second example, for having low band vocabulary, I believe that it is important for you to live healthy life. Doing exercise, eating good food, and sleeping will help to improve productivity. You can see in second example, I was not using appropriate words as compared to the first example. So the second criteria is the vocabulary. You should have ability to use the range of topic specific vocabulary and the range of normal words, such as I given example, rather than using good, time and again, you can use alternative word, fantastic, amazing, brilliant, and so on. Now heading toward the grammatical range and accuracy. In grammar, what you have to do is to show your range by introducing the grammatical structures such as simple, compound, and complex sentences. Number one. Number second thing is the variety of tenses such as past simple to present perfect continuous, and so on as per the demand of the question. If you have ability to introduce two tenses in your answer, let's say past simple and past perfect, it would be an appropriate response as per the question demands. So keep in mind the tense of the question, and accordingly you have to design your answer. For example, although I prefer to spend time indoors, occasionally I enjoy time outdoor in activities such as hiking and bicycling because it helped me relax. So you can see here the candidate has used the complex structure. Now, as a second example, I can give you example of low band range vocabulary. So second example of low band score in term of grammatical range. For example, I love to spend time outdoors. I prefer to go for hiking and bicycling. It helped me relax. So you can see that in this example, you have used three simple sentences and there was no grammatical structure that can showcase your ability to use your idea into right form of the grammar. Now heading toward the last point. The last point is the pronunciation. Remember that pronunciation is not your accent. You cannot speak like a native speaker. However, pronunciation do mean that you have to understand the stress management, the stress on syllable and consonant, where to put stress inside the word when you are speaking a word, or where to stress out a word in a sentence. This is an important and imperative part of your IELTS speaking criteria. I really enjoy traveling to different countries because it helped me to understand different culture and meet new people. This is an example of pronunciation that you have pronounced each word appropriately. Now coming to the second point, I loved to travel different countries because it helped me to meet different people. So you can see this is a bad pronunciation. Unfortunately, in like non-native countries such as Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, and even in Arabic countries, the pronunciation is not appropriate. For example, Arabic people will speak like that. Well, I am from Saudi Arabia and I live in this country for the last few years. I have visited Pakistan. So this is a wrong pronunciation. And even the people from Punjab side of Pakistan and India, they do have this pronunciation. Well, I liked to do working in my free time. And I helped cooking my mother. This is a grammatical wrong sentence at the same time, but I'm just focusing on the pronunciation. Like the pronunciation is quite bad. For example, if they speak this sentence that I would like to call you that you would work with me. So this is wrong pronunciation in a sentence and word. For example, give me detail of this work. So you can see stress on the last part of the word. So these are some of the few examples of the bad pronunciation that we have been working on when you are preparing for your IELTS speaking. So if you want to equip yourself with a good band score, with a high score in your IELTS speaking, we are starting a series of video on IELTS speaking. Stay tuned with our YouTube channel, and you can also join our course where we'll conduct speaking session for you and we'll give you the feedback on your speaking performance. So stay tuned. What we are going to do is we will help you out in the next video, a detailed video on IELTS speaking part 1. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe this channel so that you can get update on your IELTS preparation, your OET preparation if you're a doctor or a nurse or pharmacist. And not only that, we can also help you in your PT preparation. And plus point, under the one roof, now we are providing you the consultancy services for UK, Japan, Australia, Germany, and so on. Thank you very much.